We're still on our first topic of the year. That's climate education, climate justice, and youth. We'll still have one more special guest next time, just because on this topic we had two amazing projects and we couldn't choose one, and we wanted you to get to know both. So that's the only thing that will be different. And then we'll just move to sea level rise. So that's exciting. And just, I don't want to take too much time and leave Pat to get our hands drawing. So what will happen today? This art making session we relaunched the ITAC Climate Collective last year, and since then we've been reflecting on how can through art impulse and foster climate action, and we thought it would be a great idea to try to get our hands on that action. So Pat, a long-standing member of our community, will help us understand the steps to create a gesture drawing and discuss exactly how the arts can be used to inspire and create climate action and embody these ideas in frozen gesture or action pose. But I'm sure she'll be able to explain this way better than me. And she, just for people who might not know her yet, she's the founder of the Transcontinental Educator Artivist Collective for Humanity and has been a lifelong activist for environmental issues, serving 2 terms as chair of the Maryland Green Party. As a teacher, she has helped to pilot a Reading Through the Arts program that significantly raised students' achievement at 2 high poverty schools. In 2005, she joined the Arts for Learning Maryland, and as Chief Innovation Officer, she designed and directed teaching artist PD programs and school district partnerships for over 13 years. She has been recognized as an outstanding arts educator and visionary leader by the Maryland Association of Art Educators and recently received an award for distinguished service to the field from the Teaching Artists Guild. Congratulations on that, Pat. And as director of Teach, her goal is to connect educators and teaching artists to create grassroots climate action. So basically, what we are trying to do here is get inspired, see how others, such as Pat, get to creatively address climate topics. So as Pat said, we'll need pieces of paper and a dark color crayon. If you couldn't make it to a crayon as me, you can use a pencil. There's no worries there. So with no further interruption, I'll leave you the stage, Pat.
Thank you so much, Sol. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Eco House, for inviting me to host. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jeff and David, for being here. I appreciate it very much. Hopefully people are not stuck outside because of the issue with the link, but good thing we're recording anyway. So I like to start with a quick little meditation moment, especially when my students start to draw. We like to use this to focus, talk about how it's really good to clear our mind, and so that we are really relaxed and ready to create. So you can inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Get a massage from your cat. It doesn't seem very relaxing though, Jeff. Right when one more breath. Okay, so hopefully you can think about how your mind was on maybe 100 things before, and maybe now hopefully it is a little more focused and ready to learn about gesture drawing. So I know Jeff is a visual artist. David, I can't remember, what kind of artist are you? Are you also a visual artist?
A little bit, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Are you familiar with the concept of gesture drawing?
No.
Oh, okay, good. That's good. Because I figure Jeff must be. What do you think it is, David? Then, and actually, Sol and Mary, you can also play. Do you know? What do you think the gesture drawing is? Just from the name. Can you guess?
A drawing of a gesture.
I'm actually very, very curious.
So how about like a gesture? What does that make you think of? What word? And not just David, but anybody can answer that question. What is a gesture?
An expression, like, yeah, not only facial, actually. Body
Yeah,
expression.
Body expression. That's
Body
good.
expression, yes.
Definitely say. All right, good. So I'm going to actually share with you a slideshow I share with my students. I used to teach pre-K. My last job, I taught many different grades, as you can see from my bio, but my last job was in Panama, where I had pre-K students mostly. And we talked, and I did this activity with them, and it's amazing that they can do it. 4-year-olds, 3-year-olds can do gesture drawing. So you can see here, these are some examples of gesture drawing. So what do you see? Anyone can answer.
Dancing?
Oh, could be, yeah. You can see dancing. Can you see what kind of people what do you see just in general?
It seems to be like more about the expression.
Exactly, yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
and
so a gesture drawing is all about the expression. Can you tell if it's what gender the person is? Can you tell what kind of clothes they have on or what kind of hair they have?
No.
Right. No, it's all about the expression, the action. I use this a lot when we're talking about action and verbs. And since we were talking a lot at the end of the presentation about the School of the Impossible, about different actions and activities we can take with the students, I thought this would be a good way to kind of continue that conversation about how can we make sure and ensure that action, whether it's like political action, community action, can come out of the work that we're doing with the projects that we're doing, like the School of the Impossible project. So usually do a freeze dance, but I'm not going to make you do this freeze dance for the little ones. I'm actually going to give you a different freeze dance. This is with my friend, hopefully you can hear it, Jamal Blackroot Collier and Max Bent. This is one of their songs. So you just have to do what he tells you to do.
Now, on the count of 3, I want you to wiggle your fingers. 1, 2, 3, go. Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your fingers. I said wiggle your fingers. Wiggle, wiggle. Now shake your wrist. Shake your wrist. Shake your wrist. Just like this. Shake your wrists. Shake your wrists. Shake your wrists. Just like this. Now move them elbows. Move them elbows. Move them elbows. Move them elbows. Now pop your shoulder, say Pop your shoulder, say Pop your shoulder, say Pop your shoulder, say Now hands in the air, shake them up. Hands in the air, shake them up. Put your hands in the air, shake them up. Put your hands in the air, shake them up. Now shake them up, 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 freeze. Let's take it back to the top. Now, wiggle your finger.
Okay, I'll just make you freeze there. All right, good job. Thank you for playing. So now that you have warmed up a little bit and you have frozen a little bit, you have to freeze. So that's the trick about a gesture drawing, because you have to be in action, but you have to be in a frozen action. So it's very hard for pre-Kers and maybe for some adults to do that. So we're going to, I'll show you a really quick video of how I start with a gesture drawing. I want you to pay attention to like the sequence. And especially if like, let me see how you feel about drawing in general. Like, do you feel like yes, you are a fantastic Leonardo da Vinci, or you're kind of in the middle, or you can like not show your hands at all if you are not comfortable with your drawing techniques.
I think I can defend myself. but I wouldn't go as far as telling Da Vinci.
Not Da Vinci. So the point of this technique is, what do you think? Is it to make a Da Vinci or make a beautiful piece of art? No, it's only just for practice. That's what I like to tell the kids too. It's not, the whole point is just practicing. We're not trying to shoot a score and make a beautiful painting. We're just trying to practice our hand-eye coordination, right? So if you have a paper, a big one, you can fold it, or if you have smaller papers, you can just use it at the size that you have. I want us to make at least 4. So I'm folding my big paper into 4 parts, okay? And then first, I want you to observe and watch how I do one, and then you will do one too. So I'm going to actually, I realize that it's actually very difficult to show a full body on the screen, but I'm gonna ask us to try to do that. So we'll take turns. Some of us will model, and some of us will, and all the rest of us will be the artists. But first, I will model by video by cheating. So here is my demonstration. So I have my student there standing in a frozen pose.
Okay, I'm gonna start. Let's watch where I start. And remember, you're not trying to draw perfect, you're just trying to scribble.
So what did you notice about what I did? About the drawing?
You were loose.
Yeah, it's very loose. It's very fast, right? You're not very slowly, carefully doing it. You do have to adjust your drawing. Is meant to be very quick drawing. So we're only going to spend like a minute at most, maybe 30 seconds per drawing. You can draw many drawings. Anything else that you noticed? Where did I start? What was the first thing I drew, do you think?
The head.
Yeah, exactly. The head. I usually think that's easier to start there. I always, when I'm doing it in a live classroom, I'll show how, okay, I look at the head and then I draw the head. I look at the neck and then I draw the neck. So I look at one piece at a time and draw it. And also, you can see there, I had my nice big crayon. You can take your crayon or your marker and you can put it up against, like, put it to line up with the arm of the person, so you know what angle to make the arm on your paper. So let's say I see the person and his arms this way, and then I put it on my paper in the same angle, and that's the way I'll know how to make that angle on my paper. So that was just a very quick example. Now I'm going to be the guinea pig again, and I will be your model. And I want you to try to do your best, right? It's no contest, but you're going to just scribble each part. Remember, try to look at each part. So look, draw, look, draw. That's the key to having good hand-eye coordination. So I'm going to turn my computer, because I have to step back so we can try to see all the way to my feet. I can't see. Can you see me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. All right.
Yes.
All right. So let me give you a gesture. Something big. Say, can you see all my limbs? Hopefully.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we can.
20 seconds. You may begin.
Okay.
10 seconds.
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I am stop. Hopefully you guys were you able to finish? Did you go fast? Are you
Yes.
drawing?
Ah.
All right, good.
It was fun.
All right, good. Let me see. I have to, there we go. Oh, great. These are fabulous. Nice. I like that. All right. That was very good, I think. Can you guys try to guess what the action I was making? What if you had to give it a name for my gesture? What would that gesture be?
For me, it was a surprise.
Yeah, it was kind of like a surprise. That was it. You're right. Surprise gesture. All right. So we need another volunteer model, and they're going to do another gesture for us, any gesture that you want. And then we're going to go back and talk about the School of the Impossible and try to brainstorm some ideas for actions, for gestures after that. But first, I think we should practice one more time. How did you feel when you're doing it? Felt okay? Yeah. It's hard to I think you guys just have to loosen up, go really fast, right? Don't worry about if you mess up. That's why I say you shouldn't have an eraser. There's no erasing when you make a gesture drawing. If you mess up, just draw on top of it or draw beside it. Just make it again, because there's no point in erasing. It's just for practice. Right?
Would
Okay.
you like me to volunteer?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Nice.
Thank you, David.
All right.
Nice. I like it. Okay, ready, set, go. Stay still.
This one's hard.
It is. It's a very challenging one, but remember, it's one little part at a time. So head and then shoulder. There's parts that just draw what you can see.
Wow, David, that's nice.
Really nice.
I'm already seeing myself as a pro.
A pro draw artist.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, 5 seconds.
Ooh.
I'm really doing a timer. I should do a real time. Just making things up. Hey, so you want to be our timer?
Yes.
Okay, that would be good.
Oh.
All right, after this, we'll do a timer for the next one. 5,
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Are you almost done?
Oh. I wish we had more time.
Wow, Jeff, that one's so
Wow.
good.
Oh, very nice. It's good. Very nice. I like it. These are all right. Someone let's give it a title with an action. What would it be? I'm gonna write it down on my paper.
Okay. Should we say it?
Sure.
Reflection.
Oh, how do you spell? I think I spelled my own. I put Andre solutions to climate change.
Oh, great.
Jeff, you have something? Do you have a title for yours? Still thinking.
To me, it reminded me of a very popular sculpture in Argentina that's called The Thinker. So I called it The Thinker.
Rodin.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Bravo to our model. All right, so let's think about and brainstorm, and we can write in the chat some I think we were all at the last talk, yes, at the School of the Impossible. And it could be about that or other things, thinking about some action words or some activities that we can come out of projects where we are working in the schools and bringing these fantastic ideas into how we can use drama in the classroom and how we can also empower the kids to create action in their communities. So one thing I can start is like writing letters was one thing we talked about at the end of the meeting, writing letters to community leaders, elected people, elected officials.
Let's see.
What else? What other actions?
Mm.
Nice. For sure. Time travel. Oh yeah. Oh, we definitely need that, Jeff. We need to time travel. I think, I think they could also almost create that a little piece of what they did into like a small community play, but that will help to send the message to like their parents and other people about the work that they're doing, how important they feel it is.
Yeah.
Or even a demonstration at a like city hall meeting or something like that.
I don't know if it's when you paint in like a wall, is it a mural? I don't know those, a mural, making a mural, could it be?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I love the fact that those kids made books to help to solve the problem. And I want, maybe there's some kind of action they could do with those books.
Yeah. It could be a school action too.
Yeah, that's true. If maybe they have a readathon so that but it's all about a readathon with the books that those kids created so that the rest of the school can read what their stories and their solutions. Yeah, gifting to family members, that's a good idea, Jeff.
It could be made out of recycled materials.
Yeah. And I think actually research is an action, right? To have the kids research a specific issue that is something that they can change in their community, whether it's like plastic bags or, you know, not using those or not using plastic straws or whatever they can, like a small thing. We were talking about how we wanted the kids to feel empowered. And so maybe they can't, you know, change some big problem, but if it's a beach cleanup or I think even better is if they can actually change policy in their community, like getting people to stop using plastic bags or things like that. A specific problem that in their community.
It could be also in their homes. I mean, what I've seen from childs getting environmental education is how much it impacts the household dynamics when they go back to the home and say, oh no, Dad, you're not recycling right, or no, Dad, you're not separating or recycling, or why are you wasting this paper when you could like write in the other hand? So I think that's like the other way around. You may think of parents instructing or educating their sons or daughters, and it's the other way around. That's
exactly.
something
Yeah,
I've
and I feel like
noticed.
that's why it's so important what we're doing in the schools, because the kids are the ones who are influencing their families to recycle or whatever. Because obviously it's not the adults that are recycling. This problem if it was. Okay, great. So we have a nice list here. You can keep adding to it if you like. Now our challenge is to try to just pick one thing. And if you didn't get a chance to be a model, I want you to try to pick one thing. It could be your idea or somebody else's idea, and put it into a gesture. And it's very good in gesture to exaggerate, right? Like if I'm writing, I'm not just going to like this. You want something very big so everyone can know exactly what it is that you're doing, and way easier for them to draw. So we need another volunteer, someone who can look at the list of ideas or come up with your own action that you can turn into a gesture. And if you don't mind like stepping back a little bit from your device so that we can see you. All right, so thank you so much, so much.
Let's see. Well, you have 1 minute, right?
Yes.
Or 2?
Yeah, I think 1 minute. Oh, you're gonna put the timer? Oh, good.
Oh, you're good.
She's timing her own self. All right, go. Nice. I like the lean back. If you finish drawing, then you can try to write your action, or your statement, action statement. What do you think Sol is trying to convey through this gesture?
Time is almost up. And now is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
Okay.
Oh, my legs. I'm out of shape.
It was a tough you had a tough lean back kind of pose.
Yeah, I didn't think that through. I mean, sounded like a good idea.
Modeling is not easy.
No,
No,
People think it's easy. It is not.
it is not.
It's
No,
not
it's not.
at all.
I
Okay,
don't know how the Renaissance models did it, like hours and hours and
let's
hours.
see. That nice.
Oh, wow.
That's
Don't be ashamed, Mary. Show yours.
Come on, Maddie. No pressure. Very nice. Nice. I felt like even though in gesture you usually don't do the mouth was a big part of the gesture. I like that too.
Yeah.
Like,
And
so my prediction is that your gesture is a protest or a raise your voice for the earth kind of.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I was going to say clarion
Yeah.
call.
yes.
I like that.
Nice, very nice. It kind of made me think about when we were in Oslo and did that big public performance that Simon Sharkey designed with a necessary space, and like how powerful that was.
Yeah.
For meeting lots of people in the public, and we passed out slips about what we were doing and what we were talking about with people becoming refugees because of climate change. So very nice, great idea. Thank you, Sol.
Thank you.
Maybe we have time for one or two more. Do we have one other? Hello, Gideon. Welcome.
Hi, Pat. I'm still trying to get my place very well. It's a little bit darker, So that's why I keep going off and on. But well, I would love to also do something so that at least everybody can also try to get it done. Maybe this is not a bad. Can I also be maybe do
What-
something so that we can just
Yes, please.
depict it? Why
I
not?
would love it.
Okay, you would love it. Okay, so let me just try and then see if
Ooh, it's kind of nice actually because there's like your silhouette.
a silhouette. Yes,
Timer. So 1 minute.
1 minute.
Thank you,
We are on
Gideon.
the go.
Go, 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 everybody. One piece at a time.
My, what long fingers you have.
I know. It's like,
Okay, Jeff, thank you.
Okay.
Great. It's a great gesture.
The proportions are not good in my arm, but okay, 5
All we need
seconds.
to know is the gesture.
Okay.
So we need to know.
5, 4,
4,
3,
3.
2, 1. Time's up.
Yay!
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great job. Everybody write down what you
Yeah.
think Gideon's action is.
I just can have no idea.
Yeah, what is his gesture? Oh, nice.
Oh,
Whoa.
my.
Whoa. Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Hands
Wow. That is
nice.
nice.
These are great.
Nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh,
That's
David, that's
good.
cool. Jeff,
That's so great. Thank you, Gideon. Who wants to guess?
thank you
What
so
is
much,
that?
Pat. Yes. For
Don't
the
tell us.
guessing part, that's what I'm still also thinking. Yes. Uh-huh.
My guess is that you
Okay,
are
so
trying like to stop the impacts on climate change. Like everything's
okay.
happening right now. So like, whoa.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
No,
nice.
go back. You don't want it. It's okay. Yes, 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 yes. So that's nice. Wow. Wow. I think it
Was that-
rhymes with everybody else's own.
Hmm.
Yeah,
See,
was
and
that? Yeah. Go ahead.
I was
Sorry,
going to
Jeff.
say that rather than like pushing off, I saw it as maybe about to grasp.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
That could be good.
Wow.
I saw it as like raising your hand, like I'm here, I'm here to do something, I'm volunteering. Volunteering, yeah, is the action. Like
Yeah.
it's nice. It's like
Wow.
3
Wow.
different interpretations so far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mine was
yes,
like,
yes.
I had a bit like it was when superheroes are going, oh, da, then
Something just comes out from the hand.
I totally was thinking it was very
What?
Spider-Man-ish kind of.
True, very true. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like trying to bring something out. Yeah. Wow. All these interpretations. Thank you. I never, in fact, I had nothing really in mind. I just wanted to do something and then wow. And I love the answers coming out. Thank you, Pat. I'm so happy about this. Thank you. Wow.
Thank you, Gideon. That's so great. I was just saying from what you said, I put bring out your power. It's like you're helping others.
Yes, bring it out. Bring out the Captain Planet within you. Bring out the Superman in you. Yes, and let's help
Exactly. And that's, I
everybody.
feel like we were just talking the other day with when we had Sangeetas, it's like that's the superpower of artists, right? They
Yes.
help others to
Yes.
see the artists in them, the superpower in other people. So
Well,
that's
and I will comment on what you just said too, Gideon. You said I had nothing in mind, but you know, we're kind of what Pat's leading us into is kind of like this body mind. You know, you put those two words together and make one.
It makes one. wow, that's it. It was just spontaneous, and it's working. At least we are getting something out of it, and we are building on something. Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
family. I
Gideon.
love
Thank
it.
you so much for that. I
Wow.
think that was a brilliant idea, just
Yeah.
to do something and to see what others can get from it is actually
Get from it.
a
Sure.
brilliant idea for the kids too, because they don't have to. Sometimes they get stuck with the word,
Mhm.
trying to think of something,
Yes.
but they don't have to. They can just go do the action, and then we can help with the words. Yeah. So
Sure.
that's a great idea.
Yes. And what I also think is that we shouldn't make people feel so tensed, but whatever that they have within them, they should just bring it out, because it might be the solution to every problem or any problem that is just coming out. So that's the thing. That's what artists are doing. Yes, and we are bringing them out. Wow, that's good. Thank
That's
you.
so true. And only with this group of all teaching artists, I think, can you have so many fantastic ideas like that. Because you would maybe do that with another group and they're just like, I don't know. That's a hand.
Wow.
That's so thing about working with teaching artists. So thank you all so much for that. Do we have it? I don't want to, we only have a couple minutes left. So if anybody else wants to volunteer so that we can immortalize them for posterity in a gesture drawing, we can. But if not, this is your last chance.
We don't want to pressure you, Jeff
No
or
pressure.
Mary.
Well, I have modeled before. It is much too hard for me.
No. There's no worries.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, thank you all so much for your time. I want to kind of finish with a closing circle of like making a small commitment of something that you thought of today that maybe you can use in the future or use immediately even in the project that you're doing, whether it's one of our climate change activity ideas that we can do with their students, or just something small of taking Gideon's idea of like not having any preconceived notion and letting other people run with it. Yeah. I think I'm going to steal like Gideon's idea and use that in the future. I love that. Thank you, Gideon, for that. So we're going to go around and you have to, and if you want, it doesn't have to be a full idea. It can just be a word of like how you're feeling about our very short time together here. So Jeff, I'm going to put you into the spotlight and then you can pass it on to somebody else. You're muted though.
Which is my whole point. But my word was going to be physicality.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, Jeff. I like how this activity kind of connects performing arts and visual arts in a way.
Exactly. Do you want me to unpack physicality, or do you just want the one word?
No, I would like you to unpack it if you like.
Okay. So, I'm thinking like you referenced the work that Simon led in Oslo, that there is such power in silence. And I think that's often underestimated and underrated, that, a lot of protest and, people think we're taking action. It's a lot of verbiage. Many times it's a lot of, shouting, and protesting is, signs that, claim your cause. But I think that we as artists also know how much power there can be in physicality. And like you just said, that sense of physicality connects the way musicians control their bodies to make music, the way dancers control their bodies and express with their bodies. And so gesture drawing is a nice way to connect those ideas, that body movement is communication.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you, Jeff. It was so much nicer that you unpacked it.
Okay.
Now you go next. You have to select someone to go next. Sorry. Oh, Jeff, can you pick someone to go next?
Oh, okay. Well, I still have Gideon pinned on my screen, so go ahead, Gideon.
Okay, so what I also got about this is that I feel that sometimes we shouldn't have anything in mind, and all that I'm just feeling here is encouraged. encouraged, inspired. That is what I have. And as a Superman or a super person, I have something within me that can come out. So that is what I feel that I can do, and we can all do it. So encouragement and then being inspired. We have an energy within us, and then that is what is really keeping us, and it's very strong. So we have to unearth it, and then we make others also bring theirs on board. We join it together, then we make it a better world. That's what I also think.
Thank you. Beautiful, Gideon. Can you select someone to go next?
Okay. Okay, so I have you also pinned like the way Jeff had me pinned. Okay.
Okay, so what I was amazed by is how just this gesture, we all had different interpretations of it. So how the way each one sees the reality is unique. Reality is not just one thing, it's the construction each person makes of it, and how every opinion has a special value in it. So I think I'm taking from today a reinforcement on how important it is to dialogue with each other and learn from each other and see what the other person has to offer to my vision of things, and how it can be enriched by the plurality of voices.
Love that. Thank you, Sol. That's so true.
Oh.
Okay, now you
Wow,
have
wow,
to
beautiful.
David, your turn.
Yeah, nice. Great reflections. I was thinking the same kind of thing, actually. I second all of that, and perhaps to go further, that this key imagination that enables everyone to see the same thing differently is, I guess, what Slavoj Žižek would refer to as this kind of ideology, the kind of glasses which we are always wearing. And I guess I didn't see it so much in the actual exercise, but how I ideate about it afterwards. When I think about climate is that in order to see that truth, we all come with our subjective views, ideas, dreams, and how much we can kind of both enjoy each other's imagination and also kind of realize that these are all subjective glasses we're wearing, that to some degree we need to kind of objectify, to take off the glasses in order to get into action. But I guess it's also like with the glasses, like the glasses are really useful, right? That what brings us together, that is what sparks the imagination. I don't think we should get rid of the glasses. They're kind of really useful, this subjectiveness. Yeah.
using our tools and I think sometimes like adjusting, right? So sometimes we need the glasses, sometimes we don't, but making sure we try different perspectives to, and try to make sure we're open to both of those, right? I think. David, I think you need to pick someone else. Someone who hasn't gone. Name Mary.
Me. I was thinking of more in an educational and the kids, and how like I feel I have no talent for art or those kind of things, and this is such a nice exercise to make everyone feel that they can do something about this, and then they don't need to have a background knowledge and specific skills. Everyone has the possibility, just using not even your voice, as Jeff said, with your own body. You can move someone else and inspire. And sometimes, just like what Jeff said before, we tend to leave our body language in a second sphere, no? At least in Argentina, manifestations and mobilizations and everything, always the speeches, and we don't give the body, and it's so powerful, just a simple gesture can make you think a lot. So Yeah, and I think it's a great exercise to use, especially with kids and teenagers that sometimes they're very shy and they don't know what to say, or so to make them feel they can really do something about it.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you for bringing it back to the students. I have tried this. I didn't learn to do gesture drawing until I went to university. Then they taught us this technique. But I started doing it with 10-year-old students, and then younger and younger, and until finally I'm working with the 3 years old. And I said, let's try. Why not? Everybody can scribble. That's the thing. Everybody knows how to scribble, and it's amazing because some of the 3-year-olds gestures you wouldn't know it wasn't an adult's gestures, because they're really very good at capturing the action, because it frees us to just look at the action, just look at the line. And you're right, it helps really with my kids who were not very verbal, because when you're 3 you're not very verbal at all. Some of them are still at that point where they're just listening to everyone and they're not yet talking so much yet. And they were the most excited and the most focused in this kind of activity, because they really can express their ideas, like you said, and they didn't need to use any of their words that they did not have yet. They could express themselves.
So that idea of body mind, they're in it. I mean, they haven't grown out of that feeling of it's so connected. And so even this word scribble, I'll have sometimes youth say, scribble scrabble, they'll even say, and they'll insist that it's randomness, which I push back on, because no, you're actually making choices. Even though you may not had the thought like that is a choice I'm making to draw a certain way, your body is making choices. It's not random. These are design choices, even scribbling.
It's a very good thought. That's fantastic. I love the fact, I thank you for having, this is our first art making event and I think that I really love this conversation that we're having, that I feel like lots of times we don't have time to do that in other types of workshops. So thank you for this opportunity again. I was really excited to be able to do a little bit of art. I felt a little bit like I was teaching online again, but you guys were all very good students. And I want to thank you all for joining. And I know Sol wants to say a few words before we go.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, I would love, since it's our first art making session, if we could take a picture with our drawings just to remember the moment. So if you could all smile to the camera and show your favorite one. Let's see. Okay. Oh, sorry. I need to push like 2 buttons and it's hard. Can you make it, Mary? I can.
Okay, got it.
Great. So, just thank you, Pat. I mean, part of the conversation we just had and everything we got inspired from is because of how you transmitted and how you led these activities. So thank you for enlightening us of the simplicity of physicality and the power behind it. I think there's 2 things that we can take from this. We'll be sharing for you to know, we'll be sharing with all the members, Pat had the kindness of making this recipe for you to be able to replicate this workshop in case you like to do it in a classroom or with other teaching artists. So we'll be having this. All of you who are right here, and for those who are like watching the recording in YouTube too, you'll get them through the email, and we'll be sharing some bits and scraps of the meeting in the social medias. So just for you to know. And our next meeting will be next month. It'll be on the April 28th. So same hour. And we still don't know what happened with the link. We have something weird happen with that, but we'll make sure to fix it for the next one. So thank you so much to everyone. I don't know if anyone wants to say any final word, and if not, we'll see each other next month.
Just wave bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Bye. Thank you all.
Thank you, Pat.
Bye. Thank
Right.
you, Pat.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. It was fantastic to work with all of you.
Great. Bye.
Hi, ciao. Gracias. Salamat. Thank you, Gideon.
Bye.
Thanks, Sol. Hope that was
Thank you,
okay.
Pat. It was amazing.